preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, thanking each and every one of you for coming back and joining me here once again in the theater. Now, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town in just under a week. Can you believe we are so close? Didn't the year just begin a couple of weeks ago? And now we're a couple of weeks away from a brand new year? Mind-blowing. As you know by now, I've been doing a soft reopening of Renegades Reviews ahead of my big relaunch on the first of the year. And thankfully for me, there's no shortage of Christmas movies each and every year, thanks to Netflix and the Lifetime and Hallmark channels. Now, today's film stars an actress who is quickly becoming to be considered by many the new queen of the Christmas movies. And while she does become a queen in a film that we'll be discussing next week, today, instead, that very same young lady falls in love with a knight. Directed by Monica Mitchell and written by Cara J. Russell, today's film stars Vanessa Hudgens, Josh Withouse, and Emmanuel Chikiri, and it's a Netflix original film entitled The Night Before Christmas. Released on November 21st, 2019 by Netflix, the film is the second of 4 Vanessa Hudgens Christmas vehicles for the Netflix platform. The other 3 being the Princess Switch trilogy, which we'll be discussing next week as we lead into Christmas. Now, our movie opens in Norwich, England, on December 18th, 1334, as Sir Cole Christopher Frederick Lyons, played by Josh Withouse, and his brother Geoffrey, played by Harry Jarvis, participate in an annual Christmas hawking competition. Cole goes to the woods while Geoffrey combs the castle for the hawk. Cole soon runs into an old crone named Kayla, played by Ella Kenyon, whom he offers to escort to shelter. She thanks him for his kindness and tells him that she will magically send him to a faraway land on a nightly quest where he will see things like flying steel dragons and horses, airplanes and cars to the rest of us, and magic boxes that make merry, or televisions. After her explanation, she gives him a glowing blue medallion and tells him that if he doesn't fulfill his quest before midnight on Christmas Eve, he will never be a true knight. But she does not explain the nature of the quest itself. Meanwhile, in the year 2019, on the same day in Bracebridge, a small city in Ohio, a high school science teacher, Brooke Winters, played by Vanessa Hudgens, who is disillusioned by love, agrees to take her niece Claire, played by Isabel Franca, to the opening of the Christmas Castle, which just happens to be the same place that Cole arrives in her time period. Cole, obviously confused by the new and unfamiliar surroundings, gets hit by Brooke's car on accident and is taken to the hospital where Officer Stevens, played by Arnold Pinnock, checks his background and assumes he must have amnesia, as he has no identification and he claims to be a medieval knight. Brooke offers to let him stay at her guest home while he recovers. As Cole gradually acclimates himself to his new environment, discovering modern-day innovations such as radios, diners, manners, and Alexa. And despite his manner of speech and his strange habits, Cole quickly endears himself to Brooke's friends and family. They all find him strange, but they humor him, as does Brooke herself, who even agrees that maybe it's possible that he is who he claims to be. She opens up to him about her late parents and about her ex-boyfriend who had left her for someone else years ago. And he slowly shares his own past with her as they grow to become more familiar. In his search for the quest that was given to him by Kayla, Cole ends up rescuing 2 children in danger on a frozen lake and even catches an escaping pickpocket, but he doesn't feel fulfilled. On Christmas Eve, Cole helps Brooke host a successful Christmas feast. Later on that evening, when he asks her to clarify the mistletoe tradition, they kiss, which causes Cole's medallion to light up, meaning he has finally fulfilled his quest. Brooke walks him back to the Christmas castle where he had originally arrived, and they bid each other a hearty farewell. She returns home, heartbroken, while Cole is sent back to the 14th century. Upon his return to his own time, Cole discovers that he has arrived just in time for his brother's knighting ceremony. Jeffrey welcomes him back warmly, but soon recognizes his brother's unhappiness, and he urges him to return to Brooke. Cole sets off back into the woods to look for the old crone, declaring that he has finished his quest. Kayla reappears and uses her magic to transport him back to 2019. On Christmas Day, Brooke is comforted by her sister, niece, and brother-in-law. They invite her to join them at the Christmas castle where Cole soon meets them, riding atop his horse, Sherwin. He declares his love to Brooke and his willingness to stay, which she happily accepts. The two mount Sherwin and ride around the castle, admired by onlookers. In a post-credit scene, Jeffrey meets the old crone, who greets him and asks for assistance the same way she did with Cole. She carries another medallion which glows as the scene comes to an end, indicating that Jeffrey will go through a similar quest like his brother did as our movie comes to its close. And despite being released in 2019, this was a new one for me. I had only seen the 3 Princess Switch films prior to watching this particular Vanessa Hudgens Christmas Offering. And truth be told, prior to doing these, I had only seen the first 2 Princess Switches. I've discussed here on multiple occasions over the last few weeks the way Christmas movies kind of get a pass as they're held to a different standard, and my reasons for it. How they're also formulaic, even more so than your traditional rom-coms, and how, for me personally, Christmas movies come down to one simple thing. Was I entertained? We all can admit that the plots are void of depth because they want you to believe in the impossible, believe in the spirit of Christmas and the Christmas miracle, which I've told you guys ad nauseum, I believe in that. However, there are rare cases where a Christmas movie script does possess some depth, and in those you've found a true gem. We found a true gem yesterday when we discussed one. But this movie, much like when we discussed Hot Frosty a few weeks ago, definitely does not. I mean, it wants you to believe in knights, time travel, magic. However, unlike Hot Frosty, these things are easier to believe in. Once upon a time, knights did exist. Magic, or at least illusions, are possible to accomplish. The only thing that's currently impossible is time travel. But who's to say that in time it's not achievable? With the way technology keeps advancing, anything can be possible. But enough about that. When it comes to my rating for The Night Before Christmas, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. But tell me, what do you guys think about The Night Before Christmas? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that discourse, those interactions and engagements that I'm always trying to pull out of you, my loyal viewers. And, of course, as we say every time, until next time, when we return to the theater for another brand new episode of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I have been your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking each and every one of you guys for tuning in and joining me today. And I will catch you guys next time.